this is Lisa the Sarah Certified Aromatherapist, bringing you video 4, Adverse Reactions, in my Safety with Common Sense video series for 2021. In the first video, we talked about the importance of ensuring you are using a pure essential oil, that you're able to be provided with a gas chromatogram or certificate of analysis from whatever company you're choosing to use your essential oils from. In the second video, we talked about potency and how very potent these essential oils are, and the need to really flip our paradigm and thinking process away from the Western medical more is more to the holistic less is more mentality. We also talked about how there are variables in the cultivation, the harvesting, and the distillation process of the plant materials used to make these essential oils, and how those variances can affect the therapeutic potency of the essential oil you're using. Basically letting you know that that two essential oils, even though they're the same thing, can have variances in their therapeutic properties and effects. The third video, we talked to you about dilution, and I gave you a whole array of dilution ratios to use for various ages and various stages of the health concerns or complaints that you're using the essential oils with, when using it both aromatically and when using it topically. So this video, I want to introduce to you the Tisserand Institute's Adverse Reaction Database. Now, Tisserand is referring to Robert Tisserand, and he is one of the co-authors of Essential Oil Safety. This is the go-to handbook for all aromatherapists. It is the first book we are told to purchase as we're going through our classes, and it is the one that we are referring to every time we meet with a new client, every time we're discussing a new health or wellness concern with a client. Because as we are thinking about the essential oils we would like to use with the client, we're cross-referencing this book to ensure there are no contraindications for our specific client, and there are no medication contraindications based on the current medications our client is taking. So Robert Tisserand is a well-known, well-trusted resource for essential oil safety, and his institute has put together this adverse reaction database. Now, some people will tell you essential oils are not going to have any adverse reactions. You can use them and it's perfectly fine, and you can use them in any way and it's perfectly fine, it's perfectly safe. And the reality of that is if you're using common sense and you're using the oils as the manufacturer is directing you to, there's a very low chance you're going to have an adverse reaction. But many of us have health concerns that have journeyed with us for so long, or they are so pressing, or they're so annoying, that when we hear somebody say, I used this for that, we don't care how they used it. We don't necessarily ask for that. We just said, oh my goodness, you used it and it brought you relief, it changed it, it took this away, then I'm going to use it. And we don't absorb all the how-tos, and we just apply the information we know, which is the Western medicine, more is more. So it's important that as we're sharing these essential oils with people, we're talking, we're bringing testimonials to our friends and families, that we are really sharing with them, not only did we use tea tree oil to help us with our acne, but here's how we used it. We used it, a few drops of it, in a roller bottle with my fractionated coconut oil, and I applied it, after my face wash every day, and then I put on, my lotion, right? We're explaining how we did it, not just we use tea tree for our acne, okay? Because what happens then is people think, oh my goodness, I'm going to grab a bottle of tea tree oil and I'm just going to douse my skin with it, because that's the Western medicine's thinking, more is more. So we need to educate, we need to have that further conversation about how little we actually are needing to use to get these therapeutic effects. So the adverse reaction reports here in Tisserand Institute, you can see there's 70 of them. I'm going to go just briefly through a few here. This is the first 25. you're going to see there's a link to be able to view the full details of the report. They each have a number, the type of reaction, the essential oils used, whether it was a single or a blend, which if you're seeing the essential oils used, you can see, is this a single or a blend? How they used it in the dilution ratio, and some of them have a picture. Okay, so a couple of things that I'm just going to comment on as I'm going through this is allergic contact dermatitis. I'm going to scroll down here. You can see that there's anaphylaxis, a common theme. Okay, so scrolling down, you can see almost all of these first 25 have a contact dermatitis issue. Okay, so very simple step that is so simple to do but so simple not to do. And again, we're just, when we hear that essential oils can help us, we can purchase them almost anywhere right now. They're available anywhere. Quality might not be there, but we have access to essential oils at, the grocery store. So somebody says, oh, I use tea tree, I'm gonna buy it. Oh, I see tea tree here, tea tree essential oil, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna use it. Okay, when we're using essential oils and it's the first time we're using it, simple to do, simple not to do is a patch test. Okay, whether you have sensitive skin or not, it is a good idea to do a patch skin test. So applying a drop of the essential oil to the inside of your wrist or to the inside of your elbow, letting it sit for a full 15 minutes and observing any reactions you have. Okay, if there is an adverse reaction, you obviously do not want to be using this essential oil on your body. Okay, this is not to say that you cannot use the essential oil breathing it in an inhalation using a diffuser. This is not to say you can't use the essential oil internally. This is saying that your skin is having a reaction to the essential oil, and this is not the correct mode of application for that oil for you. Okay, so if people were to think about that, and at the first sign of irritation, the first sign of redness, the first notation within the brain that something is different here and it's not pleasant, they were to apply a carrier oil and literally douse, bathe, right, that body part in the carrier oil, and then grab a cloth and dab the carrier oil off, okay, and repeat as needed, then the adverse reaction that they're seeing through contact dermatitis is going to be mitigated almost instantaneously. Okay, the carrier oil acts as a drawing agent. It draws the essential oil out of the skin and out of the surrounding areas into the carrier oil, and then you're absorbing the carrier oil with a towel. If you're having to do multiple drawings, so if you're putting it on once and you've dabbed it off and it's still irritating, you'd obviously use a different part of the towel, right? Okay, the big thing here is you're not using water, you're not washing the area, you're using the essential oil to you're using the carrier oil to draw the essential oil out of the skin and the tissues, and then you are patting, you're dabbing that carrier oil out and away from the skin. Okay, so that's first bit of safety here, just from seeing that a lot of these are contact dermatitis issues. If you take the time to do a patch test, you'll know really quickly, can you use that essential oil? If the skin is irritated at all, you probably should not use the essential oil. Okay, then let's go through here again. This first one, what did she use? She used cinnamon bark and peppermint. So cinnamon bark is a known skin irritant, which means regardless of the manufacturer you're using, you should always be doing at least 5 drops of your carrier oil, your fixed oil, coconut oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, whatever oil you're using. At least 5 drops of the carrier oil for every 1 drop of the cinnamon bark that you're using. You need to dilute it to at least that ratio. Okay, now going over here, we're going to add another component to this because it says that she's using this in a bath or wash product, and she did dilute it. She diluted 4 drops of cinnamon bark and peppermint, so I'm not sure what combination, into a 16-ounce shampoo bottle. So shampoo is water-based, which means that she, even though she used 4 drops, and even if she shook it, because shampoo is water-based, the essential oil might not have mixed into the shampoo properly to form a true solution. That is done by emulsifying the essential oil into the water-based solution, and you can do that through a dispersant such as soluble. Okay, so anytime you use essential oils in water or a water-based mixture, you want to disperse it in a product like soluble or another emulsifier to mix it in properly to make a true solution and not a mixture. Anytime you're just applying essential oils to a water-based solution or to water, the essential oil, even if you mix it, like you shake it, the essential oils will separate, and there's always going to be portions of pure essential oils mixed in with the water-based solution. Okay, which means this woman, unfortunately, even if she mixed this product well, when she applied the shampoo, there's going to be 100% cinnamon molecules touching her skin, 100% peppermint molecules touching her skin that can cause this skin irritation. Okay, so that's something else to know when we're using essential oils in water, in a bath. We want to use a dispersant and not just put the essential oil in and mix or shake it, because that will create a mixture rather than a solution, and the essential oil will be more heavily concentrated in some areas, less heavily concentrated in other areas. Okay, so looking at this again, we have the next one is pigmentation from lemongrass, another known skin irritant, where we want to again have a dilution ratio of no more than 1 drop lemongrass in 5 drops of your fixed oil. Okay, which it would be a 20% dilution. This is the highest dilution ratio you would want to go if you're using lemongrass essential oil. This person used only a 50% dilution to treat a cyst. Okay, so it makes sense that he would have an adverse reaction, because he is using, or she is using, the essential oil at too high of a dilution ratio. She's using too much of it in her dilution. Okay, coming down here we have a blend that's clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiate, and rosemary. So clove again is a known skin irritant, and cinnamon bark is a known skin irritant. So we have 2 of the top 3 essential oils in this blend are known skin irritants. They used it directly on the skin. This was an accidental spill, so we understand that when accidents happen, we can have problems. And it was undiluted, so it looks like the bottle just opened and spilled out. Good things there is when you're using an essential oil, you want to make sure you have these European stoppers in the oil. So most essential oil companies, if that's their business, they will already include these European stoppers in their essential oil bottles. If your essential oil company does not have these European stoppers, you can purchase the European stoppers to put in your bottles, or you can purchase amber bottles with the European stoppers, and you can pour your essential oil in these new bottles, properly label them, and then use the benefit of the European stopper. And this will vastly decrease any chance of accidental spills. Now again, if you're going to be working with essential oils, you're opening them up, you're doing things with them, you want to have your carry your oil handy, and you want to have your cloth just in case there's an accidental spill. You're able to dab the excess essential oil up and then douse the area with the carrier oil and dab that up as well. Okay, we have lavender, tea tree, and helichrysum, 100% undiluted to heal a burn. Okay, we have an essential oil blend, 100% undiluted to help with migraines. We have a blend, 100% undiluted to help with an upset stomach. So you can see on here we have 100% diluted, slightly, 100% various, 100% 50, unknown, not applicable because it's a bath product, but a lot of these are 100% undiluted, pure essential oils added directly to the skin. Okay, and so this is where, going back to video number 3, reviewing the dilution recommendations for the various ages and stages, ages of life and stages of the health concern that you have, is going to be very, very handy. That is not to say that you cannot use an essential oil neat, 100% undiluted, but when we're using essential oils, we want to use them smartly. We want to use them effectively. So we don't need to use them neat because we can use them undiluted. And even if we are very unsensitive skin, we can put anything on our body and it's not going to cause a problem. If we do it that way and then our friends see us or a client sees us using it that way, they try it, then they have an adverse reaction. And now, instead of helping the essential oil industry and the aromatherapy industry have a good reputation at really providing therapeutic effects, we're getting the reputation of having adverse reaction and adverse effects. One of the things I really love and I admire about the essential oil aromatherapy profession is that there have been no fatal adverse reactions reported within the use of essential oils, where there are multiple fatal reports of adverse reactions for medications people are taking. So as a whole, aromatherapy is a super safe complementary care solutions for your health and wellness safety concerns. And as a whole, when we use essential oils with common sense and apply essential oils with dilution to our medical concerns to meet our health and wellness needs, the vast majority of times we're going to be able to avoid these adverse effects. So this was a brief kind of going over this website just to kind of see what it offers. We'll be doing further videos throughout the year highlighting some of these specific case reports, talking about why this reaction might have taken place, how we could avoid it. Did they use the proper essential oils, or were there essential oils that would be more beneficial to be used for their specific health concern and instance? Future videos will also be talking about safety using specific oils like cinnamon bark, like lemongrass, and some of the videos will also be highlighting the safe use of oils for specific health benefits. Again, nothing I talk about will be a complicated health concern. They will all be concerns and essential oils that we have access to and that concerns that come up in everyday lifestyle. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. Have a blessed day and oil away.